Well, let's open the meeting and get started. Good morning. Welcome to the October 3rd Sacramento County Community Corrections Partnership meeting. Clerk, would you please call the roll and establish a quorum for us?
Yes, sir. Member Benson?
Present.
Member Sullivan?
Present.
Member Brookins?
Present.
Member Geller?
Present.
Member White? Member Warren?
Present.
Member Kathari?
Present.
Member Monk? Member Jones?
Here.
Member Triplett?
Here.
And Chair Yarber.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Great, thank you for that. Would you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Clerk, when you're ready, please read the Metro Cable 14 opening statement and the meeting announcement.
Yes, Mr.
Before
Chair.
we do that, I want to let you know that I'm here because my name wasn't called.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you very much.
I do apologize. Member Walker?
Correct.
I do apologize. Member Walker is present. Let the record reflect.
Excellent. Thank you for the clarification. Anyone else? Making sure. All right, Clerk, back to you.
Okay. This meeting of the Community Corrections Partnership is live and recorded with closed captioning. It is cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast and DirecTV UVerse cable systems. It is also live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Saturday, October 5th at 2 p.m. on Metro Cable Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/Metro Cable 14. The partnership fosters public engagement during the meeting and encourages public participation, civility, and use of courteous language. To make a comment in person, please fill out a speaker request form and hand it to clerk staff. The chairperson will open public comments for each agenda item or call for off-agenda matters. When the chairperson calls your name, go to the podium and make your comment. You may send written comments by email to boardclerk@saccounty.gov. Your comment will be routed to the members and filed in the record. Thank you in advance for your courtesy and understanding of the meeting procedures. This includes your announcement.
Great, thank you. I'll turn to the balance of the membership. Any opening comments or announcements? None yet. All right, I will just announce on my own behalf, being stuck in traffic this morning has put me just a little bit behind, so I'm hoping the rest of you are ready to take over if need be. All right, let's keep it moving. Clerk, would you please read item 1 into the record?
Mr. Chair, item number 1 is legislative updates and Prop 47 grant application status.
Excellent. And I believe we're turning to staff person Laura Foster. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm glad to be with you all here today. Wanted to give you a quick update on the legislation that we were tracking related to CCP. That was Assembly Bill 2882, sponsored by, or authored by Kevin McCarty, Susan Talamontes, and Philip Ting. I've got a little bit of feedback here, sorry. That legislation, just as background, would have changed the composition of the CCP and would have added some additional restrictions on our plan, or more requirements into our plan that required additional data reporting each year, and it sort of represented a shift from directly justice focused to a very heavy behavioral health shift. And so there was a lot of opposition to this bill, most notably California State Association of Counties, CSAC, State Sheriff Association, Chief Probation Officers of California. 12 counties opposed the bill, including Sacramento. It ended its run in the Appropriations Committee mid-August. We do expect it to probably come back next year with some version of that same bill. And it would have, as I mentioned, added reporting requirements to while removing funding that supported it, changing the composition of the CCP, requiring quantifiable goals to reduce the jail population, including specific targets for reducing disparities, and adding some very language, they included but not limited to language. So it's expanding all of the things you have to do under your plan. And we in this county are already using up all of our resources in our plan each year and are facing times where we may no longer be able to support them even at their current levels. goals. So having to add additional things that this plan needs to do would have, the appropriations simply wouldn't have been there to support it. So we're interested to see what comes back next year. And for this year's AB 109 plan update that we'll discuss later, we did draw on the language in that plan that we do expect to probably come back year after year, and to try to get ahead of some of that in our plan. That's all for the legislative update. And a very positive, exciting thing, we've talked about the Prop 47 grant a couple of times in this space, for which this board is the advisory committee. We did get the grant effective, hopefully today. The BSCC is going to be voting on it to make it official, and that's an $8 million grant spanning 3 years that would really expand our ability to do some of that post-release support for our justice-involved population, really targeting those who are leaving the jail within that first 24 hours. And so we'll see over these next few years as we get that up and running, but where it impacts you the most is, well, AB 109 isn't being used to fund that. It could in the future once this grant runs out if it's shown to be a success, and you will continue to provide leadership at each of your meetings beginning in December as to how that project moved forward and what's going on with it. So that's all the update I have for you.
Any questions? Member Qatari.
I just wanted to thank Laura and the rest of our county team for putting the grant together so quickly. It was a big lift, and it was successful, so thank you.
Thank you.
Other discussion? Member Jones.
Thanks. Just a question. So assuming we do get this grant, which appears likely, and we'll find out today, what will this board's involvement be to make sure we're following that grant, and how would it incorporate into this meeting?
Yeah, so we're gonna play it by ear a little bit. So we're gonna start this up. There's gonna be an internal stakeholder group, not this board, that is gonna be responsible for doing more of the monitoring and evaluation of how that grant goes. But this group will serve as that advisory board. So at the start of each of our future meetings, we'll devote the first couple of minutes to any business related to that Prop 47 grant. So we'll take off one hat, put on the other, and then switch over to our CCP business. What I expect that to be is really yet to be determined. We're going to be working with Health Services. They're the lead agency for this grant, and they'll be, I would expect, at our next meeting, spending a little more time with us to outline the project plan, where we're at in terms of selecting the community-based organizations that are going to be part of this effort. That's a big part of this grant, is that about 70% of it will go to a CBO, and those funds to support everything from housing to, again, other post-release enhanced care management efforts. So I don't know what this group will be doing just yet, but I expect to have a plan before December. So.
Other questions? Member Walker.
How long is the grant for?
It's a 3-year period. So it's $8 million is great, but $8 million over 3 years doesn't go that far. So it's going to be an interesting effort to see how we can maximize the use of those dollars and see whether and how we can continue to support that after that 3-year grant period.
Thank you.
And Laura, just a question from the chair. Just with what you described and not wanting to get ahead, I guess, of our agenda, does the grant proposal as it stands address what I think I saw as discharge planning efforts? Am I
Yes, that is the
remembering that
primary
accurately?
focus of that grant, with the vast majority of funding going directly to support right before release and then immediately upon release. Particularly, there's some sheltering services and some other supports that will be in place through this. Whether we'll be expanding efforts through our current county contractors or bringing in new ones, I think is yet to be determined.
And then do you know what has been the cycle with past grant recipients? Have they been renewed, or has it literally just been the initial rollout and then, jurisdiction, you're on your own? What's been the
My understanding
record?
is that they are not renewable, but I have not done any evaluation of that in the past. But my understanding is that this is a one-time deal. Yeah, Siobhan, maybe we'll
Member
speak more
Qatari,
to
back
it.
in the queue.
Yeah, I think that's correct. But also, this is really hopefully going to be a bridge to CalAIM services. As we know, CalAIM is rolling out slowly, and we're working to leverage it. So our intent is to have whatever CBOs that we work with ensure that they're working towards that goal so it could be sustainable in the future.
Fantastic. Other discussion? Clerk, any public comment relative to this item?
Mr. Chair, we do not have any public comment.
Great. Well, let's close the public comment and continue with our agenda. Would you please read item 2 into the record for us?
Yes, Mr. Chair, item number 2 is possible action to approve Community Corrections Partnership 2025 meeting schedule.
Great, thank you. And back to our trustee staff person, Ms. Foster.
All right, short and sweet item today. We're just looking for you to approve the meeting schedule for next year. Typically, we meet on the first Thursday of every even-numbered month. We do have a conflict in June with the county budget hearings, and so just like we did this year, we're asking to set the meeting 1 week before that, so May 29th. That would replace our June meeting, and so that's the calendar you have before you here today. And again, just a reminder that those will also serve as our local agents, Prop 47 local advisory committee meetings in addition to our CCP.
Great. Any discussion, comments, calendar conflicts that you're all already aware of? All right. I do not see any public comment, clerk, relative to this item.
I know we didn't have any public comment.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve the proposed meeting schedule for 2025?
I'd move to approve.
We have a first, Member Triplett. We have a second, Member Kennedy. Great. Let's call for the vote, clerk.
The second was at my home.
Sullivan, excuse me.
Okay,
Did I
thank
say?
you.
My apologies.
That's okay. You may vote. Your motion passes and your vote is unanimous with the members present.
Great, thank you. All right, clerk, we're on to item 3.
Mr. Chair, item 3 is discussion of AB 109 Plan 2024 update and possible action to prioritize eligible services for fiscal year 2024-2025 and approve AB 109 Plan 2024 update for submission to the Board of Supervisors.
Great, and back to Ms. Foster.
So I'm excited to bring you here today your draft AB 109 plan for 2024. This will essentially provide eligibility for the expenses that will be incurred in fiscal year 25-26. As you all are probably aware at this point, this is the big thing we do each year with this board. Of course, we appreciate and value our opportunities to meet with you regularly, but this is the one we're always working towards. And so we have to approve, each county has to approve an AB 109 update each year. That allows us to continue receiving our AB 109 funds. The process that needs to be submitted to the BSCC by December 15th. And so after it goes to you, it goes to the Board of Supervisors. They will have the opportunity to essentially vote to accept or reject the plan as approved by you. That plan, unless it's rejected by 4/5 of the board, stands. So your actions today are important, and it's what we've been working towards. And the draft in Sacramento County, the draft updates are developed by the Sacramento County Community Corrections Partnership Advisory Board, or CCB-AB. And so they've been working throughout the year to bring you updates, to get your direction and feedback so that we can bring you a plan here today that you can support. Just to quickly review some of the highlights of this, and we did discuss most of this at our prior meeting, so I won't go into depth too much. But we just met with the CCPAB this past Monday, and so that is why you are just now sort of receiving these materials, because it's only been approved as of Monday to bring to you today. Last year, we wholly restructured the AB 109 plan. We took a lot of work to move it in a direction that would be more transparent, more clear, better describe what is and isn't eligible and to what extent it should be. We've taken some baby steps in that direction. Last year was a big step, but because of what we did last year, those changes don't really come into play until this current fiscal year. So we have yet to see that data reporting coming in quarterly, and the annual evaluations have not been completed yet. So we really don't have a lot to go on to suggest making radical changes this year. That was intentional. So we look forward to, over the next year, learning what we do from the processes that were put in place through the 2023 plan update, and we'll perhaps then have more significant changes for you next year. That said, we're sort of repeating the same formula here, but we have made some refinements that I think are important and helpful as we move forward. So this plan, you do have a red line track changes version that you received electronically. It's almost impossible to read because of how much text was moved from one place to another. When it's moved, it looks like it's new. So it's very difficult to discern what is truly new and what is not. So I'm going to be running through with you some of the highlights today. Much of this plan We've really made some efforts to update our goals that we've discussed extensively here, and those are in your plan. We are also working really hard to bridge the perceived disconnect, or perhaps real in some areas, between the county budget and our AB 109 plan. And that's always been a challenge as we move forward, because we do not determine the budget. The Board of Supervisors sets the budget, but this plan identifies what can be spent on. And currently and historically, and while we've made steps to limit some of those things, so that there's not as much discretion, I guess, on where to put those funds. While we've made steps in that direction, we still have more to go. There is still more eligible under our plan than we are currently able to support, and we've done, I think, a better job this year explaining to what extent those are currently being funded or not, and so that's a hallmark of this plan. We have devoted sections of this plan to describing how state revenues are calculated and how the county budget process works and how we approach building our AB 109 allocations each year, which for the last 2 years has been, we asked our departments who are receiving these funds, what would it take to sustain those programs at their current level? And then that creates the base budget, and then the county looks to our prioritization and other tools, other county obligations that you have in determining whether to fund any growth requests that would be above and beyond those base budgets. As I mentioned, we have identified the planned expenses for this year. So we've worked really hard with our departments to say, hey, we know every year we've asked you to continue sustaining the same programs. Can you spell it out for us what that means, particularly with the number of staff positions that are supported? As we've documented in this plan, I think it's in Appendix D, and it's also written throughout the document. This plan supports 220 county staff positions. And so as we move forward, we did, again, acknowledge this, and we've said it here today, we perhaps are facing some leaner times where we will no longer have the massive growth that we've perhaps enjoyed in the past, and we may need to make hard decisions at some point. And we're very fortunate we haven't had to do that yet, but we want to clearly spell out what is being supported in this plan, because if the plan chooses to make something ineligible, then it's on the county to determine whether to continue that program and absorb it through its general fund or other sources, or whether that program should no longer continue. And since there are county bodies tied to many of these programs, we want to make sure that's reflected here. We have this, and again, major kudos to our departments for stepping up and helping us unravel this. And I really want to express my appreciation for probation and the sheriff's office and all of our other departments who receive funding. But those two in particular have had a really long history of receiving funding through AB 109 and have really worked to help us demystify and make some things a little bit more transparent. And I'm very appreciative for their efforts. And the CCPAB was grateful for that as well. So we have 3 expense categories. They're the same as last year. The first is those expenses that we incur to house, provide correctional health services, and supervision for AB 109, the AB 109 population. We continue to track those. Those are revenues that reimbursements that will be continued to be processed to support those legislative impacts. Category B is broader. It includes any expense that could be eligible to support anyone within the justice-involved population. We have 8 areas of eligibility that we've identified. 5 of those at this time are receiving funding. 3 of those are not. We will get into the prioritization of that in just a second, but Category C is sort of our catch-all category. It's, did something come up that we didn't plan for, but really speaks to the intent of this plan? And then this year, the request is, or the change is to also move capital expenditures into that same category. And essentially, that would require the CCP to do an extra layer. At one of our meetings, you would be asked to support something before that could be, those funds could be spent in that way. And by moving the capital expenses there, that was intentional, so it doesn't become intermingled with that base budget concept we talked about earlier, and can help clarify and really voice support for those capital expenses when they are needed, and how they can be presented and tracked. So going back to Category B, the prioritization. So the draft plan you have before you here is based on the prioritization done by the CCPAB. And as a reminder, the CCPAB includes represents the executive committee within our CCP, and that's 7 of our members. It also includes 4 community members. At our last CCP meeting, we talked about, hey, should the CCP be the one weighing in on that prioritization? And we said yes. So you were circulated a questionnaire, real quick, able to move and order these 8 categories around. Based on that, there were a few changes. Not major, though. I say on the whole, you and the CCP-AB are pretty aligned, which I would expect. But it's nice to see that we have similarities between both our board that includes our community member and the representation here. So my recommendation today is that if you approve our plan, that I would reorder the items that are based in priority order to match the recommendation that you have put together from your votes this week. And I did receive votes from all but one member, so that is a decent representation of our CCP as a whole. There's no major gaps where I would feel not confident in recommending this to you today. And then just a note about prioritization. Prioritization is really important when times are flush. We are not in those times. Prioritization is also really important when times are extremely lean, and we are also not yet in those times. So while we do have this priority order set, it does not assign or determine the level at which each of these programs needs or should be funded. It doesn't fully flesh out the gap analysis that exists in each of them. It is really a statement of value and desire, not necessarily a reflection of need at this time. So that is something we're looking at in our next year's plan, how we can continue to really look at our descriptions for each of our eligible program and service categories, particularly how we could contextualize them in relationship to their other funding sources. Because right now when you read it, you'll get to a category, for example, expungements, that says it's not funded by AB 109. It doesn't tell you, is it being adequately funded elsewhere in the county? Are we meeting that need? So we're missing some of those contextual pieces that will make this plan even more valuable moving forward, and will make it much more helpful for you when you're doing prioritization. Because if you do want to prioritize based on need, that would perhaps change if you had some additional information. So that, so I will say prioritization has been a great exercise for us these last 2 years, but it really hasn't come into play too much just yet in terms of the county budget, given the fiscal position we've been in. So lastly, I did want to highlight our plans for next year. So towards the back of the plan, there's a future planning priorities page. And really that indicates some of what I've already said. But we want to follow the data. We want to highlight whatever we can learn from those quarterly claims that our departments are submitting and from our annual evaluations to bring back to you really informed recommendations. We want to look at those eligible expenditure categories and try to contextualize them with those other funding sources that are in play, and really understanding what is the level of need for each of those programs. And that is something that I think will be very difficult to do, but is an important step in the direction we want to go. We also want to increase community outreach to share about the collaborations that's occurring to bring forward positive change. One of our CCPAB community members recently commented on Monday's meeting, said, I had no idea all of this was happening behind the scenes for years. And I think we can do a better job of helping communicate that message, that this really is a collaboration between all of the partners here and beyond. And we want to celebrate that work that's being done and really share that with the community. And then we do want to continue the work that's already been started to explore racial disparities, concerns of crime survivors, and housing status impacts. So the CCPAB will have its first kickoff meeting of the year at its upcoming, I think it's October 21st meeting. And so we encourage community members to come and attend that meeting and provide insights into the plan. Something we learned this year, and we didn't do a ton of community outreach towards the end of our period. One, we were still working with our departments to try to get those numbers correct, and really, again, thankful for that effort. But if we're receiving community feedback in the last 2 weeks before the plan is due, we can't meaningfully incorporate it. But if you meet with us in October, at the start of our plan, we absolutely can work, explore that a little bit more and see where we can go with it. So we want to encourage community members to get involved earlier in the process so that we can really take that feedback and find a way to include it and use it. So today what I'm looking for is a vote. I am looking for a vote from the full committee. However, legally, what I need is a vote from the executive committee. So I will be tracking, once the vote occurs, whether we have met the executive committee threshold to approve this plan so that I can bring it forward to the Board of Supervisors. The planned meeting date for that is November 5th, at which they would get an opportunity to hopefully not reject the plan. That's all I have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Laura. Any comments or questions from the membership? All right. Any public comment, Clerk?
We do not have any public comments.
Do we have a motion? Let me back up, actually. Yeah, we do. Oh, sorry, Member Triplett, please.
I'm not trying to belabor anything, and I know I've already lodged one concern I had when we changed the priorities from last year, where we removed one of the goals, maintain and improve community safety. And I look at the new goals we have now, and I'm not looking to hold anything up. I just want to emphasize a concern that I have, and that's community safety, public safety. And I look here at the growth formula is really an incentivized program by the state. And they are holding this carrot out in front of us to, hey, here's some money as long as you take all these steps to reduce jail populations and stop, the numbers of returning people to prison. And it's spelled out there, like send fewer second strikers to prison and you're going to get money. And, I think overall there's a lot of really good goals here. And if this works and we can reduce recidivism, that's great. But I do worry about being tied closely to money at the expense of public safety. And so, the district attorney's office is still going to make our filing decisions as we see fit, based on, a lot of factors that we put into the equation for offers that we make. Those decisions will not be tied to concerns that, hey, maybe we shouldn't offer a two-strike resolution here because the county's going to get money. That's a worry I have. So I do want to see programs that work. I do want to see recidivism reduced. We all win when that happens. When we can stop people, returning back to custody, that's great. When we can hook people up with services so that they become employable and repeat the cycles that we see, that's a win for all of us. But that's just a concern that I have, and I just wanted to lodge that for the record.
Thank you so much for those comments. Other comments? And clerk, remind me, no public comment?
There is no public
All
comment.
right, thank you. And we have a recommendation. I think we're seeking a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the plan as presented.
All right. Member Qatari, great, thank you.
I will second.
Do we have a second? Member Benson, thank you. Clerk, please call for the vote.
You may vote. Your motion passes with a unanimous vote.
Great, thank you. All right, we are now to item 4. Clerk, would you please read the item into the record?
Yes, Mr. Chair, item number 4 is possible action to select 2 Community Corrections Partnership Advisory Board community member participants for a 2-year term.
Great, thank you. And Ms. Foster, are you prepared to give us the overview of the applicants?
I am, thank you. So we started this last year, where we introduced 2-year terms for our community members who are on the CCPAB, so that you have a checkpoint where you can reassess, is the CCPAB in line with your goals and your vision, and the composition of that is a part of that. So for this year, last year we did it for the first time, where we posted an application, we did interviews, then I brought forward for you some recommendations. We do have 2 seats theoretically open again this year of R4. That's what you'll see every October. We put out an opening for applications. It was posted on a CCPAB website, so anyone who is subscribed to that page was notified about that opening. If they have any interest in CCPAB in their business, they are probably subscribed to that page, and therefore we're aware of the opportunity. We did have 3 applicants, 2 of which are the current individuals in those seats, the incumbents, I guess, for those positions. And I did interview all 3. All 3 were fantastic. Had really, really great interviews and great experiences with all of them. I have no doubt all of them are highly qualified and would do a great job. At this time, I am recommending that you continue with the 2 who are already in the CCPAB, and that's Melinda Avey and Abdul Rodney Davis. Melinda, you all know Melinda here. She has been a staple with the CCPAB for several years now and has been involved really with realignment since the beginning. Her knowledge is extensive, her community connections are deep, and her leadership is a huge asset to the CCPAB. I don't know where we would be without Melinda, so I'm very thankful for everything she has done and that she is interested in continuing on at this time. The other individual is Abdul or Rodney Davis, depending on how you know him by. He's been on the CCPAB for 1 year. He came in mid-year to fill a previous term, a person who left midterm. He has spent the last year kind of drinking from a fire hose a little bit and has really absorbed a lot about AB 109. He was pretty unfamiliar when he started, but offered a really fresh perspective and really offers thoughtful questions and has created a lot of discussion at the CCPAB. And he would like to, now that he feels like he's got the ground underneath him after spending a year, he would like to contribute for another 2 years and continue to share what he's learned and what he can offer. And so at this time, that is my recommendation. The third individual, again, highly qualified, great job, brings a ton to the table. If we had more seats, we would put them there. I have asked them, would they consider applying for the Public Safety and Justice Agency Advisory Committee, and asking them to please remain engaged. And we will have two spots again opening next fall. So please keep engaged with us and moving forward. So, yeah.
Great, thank you for that overview. Any comment, Member Warren?
Hey, just a quick question, Laura. Do you have any plans for term limits on the advisory board?
Yeah, there are no term limits. They have 2-year terms, but they can be renewed at any time. So if that becomes a challenge in the future, or if the direction of the CCP is to implement those, we would do so.
I would just start thinking about it, perhaps.
Noted. Other comments? Other discussion? Any public comment, Clerk?
We do not have any public comments.
All right, so you're seeking action on this one, Laura, am I correct? Appointment of, Melinda Avey and Abdul Rodney Davis. Do we have a motion?
I'll motion.
Member Warren, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Member Triplett. Clerk, would you please call for the vote?
You may vote. Your motion passes and your vote is unanimous.
Great, thank you for that. On to item 5. Clerk, would you please read item 5 into the record for us?
Mr. Chair, item number 5 is public comment on non-agenda items.
And do we have any comments or further announcements? Seeing none, I believe that concludes our business for today. Clerk, thank you very much. Appreciate all of your attention. We're adjourned.